before I get started here, let me tell you that this for sure is an episode of Anonymous. Now, what that means is there's a time to just be. If that means word vomit it out. If that means yelling a little louder than you usually do, go for it. If that's just your normal voice, as it is for me, congratulations. Everyone thinks you're yelling in life. I digress. Let me tell you. First, and this is where we're going to start. Okay, so as a wife, it is very important to keep that communication line open, right? It is so important. Okay, and we've been working on this, and we know how to communicate now. Yeah, he tells me he can stay on my level, but yet I lose him. Yeah, he goes like what, and all of a sudden now we're talking about a different subject, and I'm the one that said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're confused." And then this is the part where the communication is important. It belittles me. It belittles me when I am talking and you tell me that what I was talking about has no relevance. Not cool. That's basically what you're doing. You're not listening. And I was talking to my good Christ the King. Shout out to the Christ the King school for let's see, it wasn't their vacation Bible school. I think it's just their summer camp, which is so cool. Again, learning so many new things about this community, around this area that I just had no idea about. There's so many cool things. So I started off my day. Oh, why not? Wonderful. We got the reaction ball out. Oh, shoot. They did solid. We went to Power Works, rolled around on one of those balls, and did all kinds of different things. See, everyone thinks that we need all this equipment and all this jazz, but really, I mean, just bounce on a ball, man. Like, I think you'd be more surprised how much benefit you get from bouncing on a ball as you would jumping in the air. I mean, think about it. Anywho, and then I went to Christ the King. And this was my first attempt at what I'm calling kinesiology with kids. And this was the Christ edition. Because I strongly believe that when kids are limited in talking about God and talking about spirituality and fire, which have been kind of separated, um, it's hard for them to connect. I mean, it's hard for any of us to connect. I mean, we open our eyes and then we know this world. To be able to unravel a complexity and eternity that is even beyond our comprehension is just uncanny. So I was talking, told Rusto Gusto about this. I was like, so cool. I was talking about, of course, I mean, we're talking everywhere from 3 years old to 8 years old. So it's not like we can use words like parasympathetic and sympathetic and, like neurology. No, 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 no. Go ahead. If you want to lose them in the clouds, go ahead and use those words. No. Okay. So, your brain, tap, forehead, frontal lobe, still developing. Keep tapping that forehead because guess what? You need to remember that this will grow as you put mental concentration into your own thought. Ooh, now that's limits. To teach a kid this and for them to appreciate the complexity behind the science of the human being and understanding that yes, God is a scientist. He is the smartest man. Can you imagine his like his workup? Like you know how you have like write-ups, right? You have rough drafts and things like that. Can you imagine his first one on the human body? Like I look at mine and dude, it's like a Pictionary. No one wanted to be on my team. I'll stick fan and stuff. But like to think of the complexities of, um, oh, we need an ankle joint because they have to be able to walk across this, walk across. You have to be able to propel. And then, oh, well, I have unlevel and level surfaces in my creation. Now I need to make them to be able to shift their weight from side to side so they don't lose their balance and they can strategize. Oh, look, that's an ankle strategy. Like, there's so many different variables that are just in us, integrated in us, that you don't know about. Can you imagine if you actually knew and understood how to control that? If it would be any different, would it be stronger? I think it would. It makes sense. Neurologically, the signal is stronger when you think about it. What does the signal produce? Thought process, strength, whatever that task is at hand. So this was my unveiling of my very okay. So I'm kind of deep, okay? I'm sensitive. These things happen. But listen, apparently Mr. DeGusto didn't have this little on Kelly's level pants on today. And somehow we got on a conversation of our flooring. That's correct. Flooring. Somehow we were talking about Christ the King and how, like, kinesiology with kids would be really cool to be able to go, maybe even bring like the Vol testing into these different places, which then I talked to Joe and yay, why not's gonna try it out. Might be a hot mess express, probably will, but that's okay. We're gonna give it a whirl. Anyways, how cool would it be to be able to go to these different schools and just be like, hi, what's up, guys? Let me teach you a little bit about science today, about the human body, about the wellness one. You know, just break it down simplistically. Don't make it too complicated. But anyways, let me tell you how we got on flooring. So he said, well, you know how you go all the way all over the place and you said the only your girls can follow you. He's like, but we've been married for 13 years. Where's that? I think I'm gonna get some laundry. Oh, goodness. Um, he said, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can stay on that page. And I'm thinking to myself, well, honey, if you could, then we wouldn't be talking about flooring right now, hun. But right now, we're talking about, yes, okay, I get it. He has a relevant point. Let me tell you what happened. So, I have a tendency to get an idea and go with it. But recently, hi, good, how are you doing? Recently, I decided to go along more of a listen, complacent, or it's kind of like what if, and in that, I finally got this push, right? This call, this urge, like, cause I can't think of it. I don't know. But shoot, are you kidding me? I'm just rolling with it at this point. Okay, so sorry, I got off. I've always wanted studio, like a studio, like you like think dance or anything like that, but like I, just a place of movement. You can be as goofy as you want. You can just be with your friends. You can be with your team. You can, and yes, it is at the comfort of my own home. 100%, as it should, because what I'm learning in a lot of my research and a lot of this, when we start talking about FCA and we start talking about spiritual guidance for the athlete and not only the athlete, but just the adolescent understanding the mortal mind, um, at many demographical circumstances along with the age, keeping into consideration all of the other variables in life that could deter you from that state. So, anyways, I'm really excited. So I lay the flooring down. Now, this is that click and place tile, little thing. Oh, look at him go. Good job, Scott. Um, anyway, so I put it together. I've never put flooring together, to be honest. I just wanted to see if it's the right color, because the last thing I would hate to do is because I much rather lay it down and pull it up than than to have Rusty lay it down to realize I didn't like the color to pull it back up. That's what I was trying to avoid. Okay. In his eyes, he saw his wife lay it down incorrectly, tell her it was done incorrectly, tell her to line it up and align, and then to um offset them. Hey, I heard it. Make them in a line first. Don't put them side by side. Got it. Check. So I tried it again. Because for me, it's more about the task. I want to be able to do stuff. I want to be able to try new things. Has I ever able to lay down floor before? No. But you know what? I didn't think I could make a fire pit patio, and I did that. I didn't think I could build myself a walkway. I did that. So you know what? I like a challenge. So of course, son of a gun, I didn't do it right, because when he said put it in a line, he meant like start it to the tip corner and like do all that hammer funky stuff with it, which he didn't really tell me. So, anywho, he goes, well, just in case you do it the third time. I go, well, I don't think I'm going to do it a third time, because the first time was just making sure the color was right. Second time, I just wanted to see if I could do it. Clearly, I can't, and I need to watch ya, which I'm totally okay with. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm totally cool. But my gosh, then we wanted to talk about it for another 10 minutes, and yeah, I'm sorry, but I just can't. I cannot keep that attention span on a same topic of same discussion of same, especially if it's an argument, your girl gonna lose you so fast because I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. You see, and my husband, he's a warrior that loves that sword by his side, the first thing, but he's learning to hold up his flag first. Like, it's not a bad thing. So I was then, we were talking, okay, and then the floor, and then I have a tendency to have some fun facts. Like, I love fun facts. I think they're intellectually stimulating. I find them mind blowing, and it gives us something to talk about. Who doesn't love to science fun facts? I'm such a geek. Okay, fun fact. I was like, Rusty, did you know that your subconscious can actually like go through 4,000 words? I mean, like deciphering that internally. That's reading a Harry Potter book in 20 minutes. I think Mel said something like that. Like, I'm just telling them my fine facts. Then think about it. Your own neuroplasticity, your ability to make yourself smarter, your ability to grow beyond what anyone else can comprehend because it's your mind and your consciousness and your ability to rise above and your ability to find the light and your ability to go through strength, to develop strength in such ways, such bizarre ways in life from obstacles that we were not see coming, maybe, and it's putting it all together, really appreciating that my man is my soulmate, he and he still, I don't really quite get the whole we're not just married, we're soulmates. See, I'm learning there's a difference, and I think in my in the in the past, 100%, like after I lost my sister, and I feel like we all had a lot of different emotions, and mine was definitely numbness, like 100%. Now, did I try to feel? Yes. Right now, Rusty is recovering right now mentally from the loss of his dad. His dad passed away 2 weeks ago, and it was chaotic, and it was uncomfortable for him, and you could just before after, I mean, anytime you're in hospice with palliative care, anytime you hear that, it's just okay. So when we have these misconnections, right, in our conversations and communication, I try not to look at it that exact argument or that exact conflict, whatever you want to call it. See, that's why we don't really fight too much. Like, I mean, we just had our hi. We just had our six six fight. Yep, six fight since 2008. Oh my God, 17 years. Okay, so listen. So I don't really, because, like I said, I'm a lover, not a fighter. He is my soulmate. So God said, for this warrior to be able to have a companion the rest of his life, he gonna need someone that just rides, just flows with it, blah, blah, blah. And then he looked at me and you see, he said, oh shit, I'm gonna need a lawyer. just, just lasso her in. But you know what? Together, ta-da! Of course. Am I the communicator? Yes. Am I constantly pushing on communication and connection? Recently, yes. However, previously, oh no. There were many nights that I remember in college just laying next to Rusty and just thinking to myself, I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough because he didn't position his body in the right way. It wasn't angled toward me, or he didn't have his hand on my, like there were all these different subconscious thoughts and self-consciousness. And oh my gosh, it's a lot. And, you know, seeing that I had to get up and kind of go for a walk because I was kind of getting a little like, I don't want to have 7. No, 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 no. That 6 took it out of me. Let me tell you, because when you fight with your soul sister, it was, oh, not my soul sister. When you fight with your soulmate, it is like the other half of you just revolting. And you look at it, and you're just like, why aren't you on my page? Why? I don't understand. I need you on this page. You're on this page. Get on my level. But they're on a different level. And they're asking you to get on their level. And we're all jumping around different damn levels, and no one knows what dang the now. Next thing we know, we look like a damn little Mario Brothers thingy. I was never a video person, clearly. But, as I'm walking home, appreciating the fact that my legs do feel like they're about to fall off because I'm so tired. But, you know what? I also have this greater appreciation for my husband because I know he loves me, and I know he just didn't want me to do it a third time and do more work than what was needed, and I will have to pull it all up again. And that really bothered him that he told me not to do it, and I did it anyways. Now, here's the thing: why he doesn't understand why I needed it done. That is a whole issue in itself. The fact that you didn't even comprehend the fact, the need of why I need it. Not it's not on your list. I know it's not on your list. Why is it on my list? Have you asked? Is it a requirement for this new business plan? Did you think to ask? Do you know what else is going on? Did you finish the conversation with your wife about her volunteer opportunity before you cut her off to talk about damn flooring? Sorry for the cussing. Sometimes you just need a word vomit, and luckily, like I said, anonymous. Although, of course, it's me, Kelly. But really, you don't know the other person that'll be on here. And let me tell you, I got some good people coming up. Real good. Now, doesn't matter who they are. It's about what they say. I want you to really listen in. Okay? Not only try and figure out who it is, let's be honest, it's the fun part. But take into consideration, do you know who it is? Are you assuming it's you? Did you know that about them? Have you listened? Do you give them an opportunity to talk? When I talked to the kids at Christ the King today, I said, guys, I know this is weird. I know. I know. And our eyes are all darting around. And I said, hey, hey. And I looked them all square in the eyes. And I goes, guys, look. Close your eyes. Open them. Close. Open. Close. Open. And they all started closing and open. I go, guys, isn't it so cool that you can tell your brain something like that? And you close your eyes and you open. And the world is peaceful. And then you open and you're ready, you know? And for them just to kind of see that was cool. But the other thing I saw was the fact that they didn't know that their brains work better with eye contact because of focus, because the brain only has one thing and has many different things now giving it input into that brain process. So now they have their eye input of about what's going on. They have their ear, they have their feelers, they have their hearing, But these little things, guys, we take for granted. Mm-hmm. We all do. I do. I know I do. But I wonder if that's why our kids aren't connecting. We'll continue looking into this.